with what you have learned so far, you know how to read the text from a screen and how to display it. The last thing that you need to make a basic screen is a button. There are many types of buttons in Android world, but all of them have one thing in common. They can be clicked. We'll see how to implement one and how to handle click action. So let's go ahead and see an example and to create a login button. So I have here my button composable function and I have an empty composable function right here. So let's go ahead and start by calling the button composable function. This is a built-in composable function from Jetpack Compose package, and we have required parameter which is on click. For now, we can leave it as empty, and of course, if you want to execute some code when the user taps on the button, you would simply put your code right here. So this is the first parameter is on click, and we use an empty lambda expression as an on click to keep the button enabled. And the second thing we can do is the background color. Let me just go ahead and remove this so you don't get confused. And we have the background color, background color. And to change the background color, as you can see, we don't have a background color attribute, but we have a colors attribute, and this defines the colors of the button, because a button doesn't have a single color. It can have a background color, it have a foreground color, a disabled colors, and so on. So we have a bunch of colors, not just a single colors. To change the background, we can use the button defaults instance and calling the button colors method on it, button colors on it, and inside this button colors method we can write the desired background color as parameter. So we can say background typo right here. So we can type the background color and you can use it from the color resource. So we can say color resource, and the ID will be r.color dot, for example, purple 500. So you can use the background color right here from the button defaults instance. This method also allows you to change the disabled background color, the content color, and disabled content color if you want. So we will stop right here. And the second thing we can do is to have a border. So to use a border, we can use the border attribute right here, and the border is a border stroke. So we use the border stroke to set background color and add a border with 1 dp. So the border stroke, if we access its content, we can see it have a width and also can have a color. Okay, so we can say, for example, 1 dp or 1 pixel. Let's import it, and we can have the stroke color itself. So we can say color resource r dot color, for example, teal. Right, so we have a button. Let's have an on click, and it has a background color and a border. The last parameter is the lambda function for the button, and this is the content of the button. This is the content of the button, and it can be any composable function, but for this example we can use a text composable as its content. So this is a text button. Of course, you can use an icon right here to make it an icon button and so on. So we'll use a text composable right here, and we can specify the text, for example, login, and also let's go ahead and change the color. We can use a color attribute, and we can access color dot white dot white. So we have the content of the button as the last parameter, and we also have the on-click colors and border. And of course, we call the button right here, or my button composable, in order to show it. So let's go ahead and run the application and see the result. All right, this is our emulator, and let's see. As you can see, we have the button right here. Let me make a zoom. It have a border, like a green border or teal. Of course, you can change the color from here. Let's use a different color. I think I have a color right here. Go ahead and create an orange, for example. Right, FFCC00. I think this is an orange color, and we can use it to make it stand out so the border can be more visible. Let's go ahead and run the application. So let's go ahead and see the result. So we have an orange border with a 1 dB as width, and we have a background color of purple, and we have an on click. And of course, you can do anything in the on click. You can call a method in your view model or execute any function inside this parameter. And this is how to show a button in Jetpack Compose. And it's a pretty simple component following material design, and we haven't added any actions within the on click handler, but you get the idea. You can set it up to call any function or any code that you want to execute. That's all for the video.